Okay, this is day 13, lucky 13. I am not superstitious, I'm sorry. The number 13 and the number 4 have absolutely no bad luck whatsoever. It's just superstition. You can believe what you want, but numbers don't affect your fate. And that, includes Apollo 13, which was not an unlucky mission. It was just unfortunate. So yeah, 13. 130 sit-ups. Let me get rid of this change, because that is just going to jingle. That is another thing I need to remember to do before I start recording. Get rid of all my change. My father used to have a thing like that. He would constantly be fiddling with his change while he was making political speeches. And my mother would consistently remind him, and actually would often go through his pants and remove all of his change and pens and anything that could clinker, because she knew he'd be digging in there. So, funny thing, maybe I get that from my dad. Anyways, 130, how are we gonna do this? I think a 40 and 3 30s I think works. Yeah, that works. Okay, so let's do the 40 first. This time I am going to try and keep my back and head straight and not curved, more like that. And then put my hands behind and... That hurt. Well, it didn't hurt, but it was hard. I'm finding it's definitely the lower abs that are getting more of a workout than the upper abs. Not surprising. Hopefully I'm not killing myself. I just finished walking home from downtown. It's about 10 p.m. at night. It's Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. Victoria is really quite a fun town at night. Although I must admit I don't appreciate the drunks, but who does? Bus service is pretty good in Victoria. It's a pretty nice town. I really like it. I could see myself living here for the rest of my life, but I could also see myself retiring to Japan. And only one thing will make that happen. And it probably won't be me. I'm alluding to something else I'm not going to talk about. I'm sure you all know it. I'm a bit of a Japan-phile. What can I say? What else is going on in the news? Oh yeah, I guess Boris lost another MP today. Evidently another member of parliament over in Britain resigned from his cabinet, is what I've been told. He is in a bit of a bind. It's a very strange political situation over in Great Britain right now with Brexit. I have my opinions as to what I think they should do. However, I think we really are witnessing the death of Brexit. I don't think it's going to happen at this point. I think they've toyed far too long, and I think Great Britain's going to remain in the EU, for better or worse. This will be a test of the EU, and I think they will pass the test. So, whether you think that's a good thing or not, whether I think it's a good thing or not, really doesn't matter. Things are going to happen however they happen. And maybe that's for the better. We'll see. It will be an interesting couple of months for sure. October 31st is coming really quick. It's September 7th, I want to say, already. And so that situation's gotta figure itself out. Anyways, we're 40 into 130. That means we have to do 19 more, 3 sets of 30. Yay! I don't know if I'll go past 150. We'll see. This doesn't seem to be doing what I want it to do. Quality is better than quantity. That was our first set of 30. We need 2 more sets of 30. Yay! Fuck me. Excuse my language. What else? I'm halfway through sorting. No, not halfway. Maybe a third of the way through sorting a recent purchase of Magic cards, which look like it's mostly legacy cards, which is good. Unfortunately, it's mostly commons again, which is bad. Once I finish sorting this collection, excuse me, I will have my sorting wall practically full of cards that need to be inventoried, and that's what I will do. I have promised a fellow collector that I would inventory all of my legacy sets, which I haven't done for quite a long time, and then allow him to purchase off of me cards that he needs, that I am willing to give him. So that'll be good. Always good to get a purchase. My deck box profile right now is on vacation because of all of this work. I also canceled all of my Facebook sales. And tonight I'll probably go into eBay and cancel all of my eBay sales. My eBay account is not happening, let's just say. I need to put in a lot of cheap cards into my eBay account that will get sold at a loss to effectively buy feedback. I hate doing it, but the only way to get anywhere in eBay seems to me to make sales and get feedback. And the way you do that is by having happy customers. And one surefire way to get happy customers is to sell them stuff cheap. So that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to sell some cheap stuff even cheaper. Probably even pay for shipping and stuff like that. It'll be cheap cards, so I won't care if people scam me. But they do say that for Magic cards anyway, it's about 1%, the scam rate. So if you're selling $10,000 worth of cards, expect to be scammed on $100 worth of them. So you have to take that into account for your pricing, which really kind of sucks. It really sucks that there are people out there who will scam you for a $2 card. Like, really? Like, how low can you get, right? And it is what it is. And, you know, the world is just populated by people both good and bad, and sometimes the good gets scammed by the bad. So it is what it is. 60 more. I need to do another set of 30, which is really gonna suck. Oh, just going back that, just staying here, right in here. Wow. Oh, all right. Well, yeah, that sucks. I'm reaching my limit of how many I can do a night, I think. Or at least how many I can do in one set, let's just say. What else is going on? I tried watching that Dave Chappelle comedy special on Netflix, I have to say. I might try watching it again, but I tried watching it with a friend, and while I wasn't offended by his comedy at all, it just wasn't that funny. I don't know. It just wasn't that funny. We made it maybe 20 minutes in, and just like both of us just kind of looked at each other and said, this isn't funny. And we just turned it off, because let's face it, comedy specials are supposed to make you laugh. Regardless of whether the material is offensive or not, really is beside the point. If it doesn't make you laugh, it kind of defeats the purpose of watching a comedy special. So yeah, I mean, there definitely is different types of humor, and there are certain types of humor that just, like, you know, just kill me, just make me laugh, like, just maniacally, and I end up on the floor. And then there's other types that just go over my head, and while I understand the positions that Dave is coming from, you know, he's a really good comedian. Obviously, you know, you don't get Netflix specials for being a bad comedian. It just wasn't that funny for me. I do encourage people to watch it, to make their own opinions as to whether or not they think it's funny, whether or not they think he's making any intelligible points. His outrage at the cancel culture, I think, is justified. I'm sorry, I don't think people should be coming after people for what they did 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Context matters. And there is a statute of limitations on crimes as well. Having said that, you know, some of the stuff that people have done is just not only criminal, it's just toxic as shit. And I don't at all look down upon people who decide to, for whatever reason, boycott a particular person or product or even company. That's their choice. Having said that, I don't think you get to tell me what my choices should be. Let me make that decision myself. Give me the reasons as to why you think I should agree with you. But don't insist that it's your way or the highway, because I'm going to pick the highway almost every time. Unless, you know, you can demonstrate that your way is actually the more rational, better approach, in which case you don't need to argue with me at all, because I will just agree with you. Anyways, I'm rambling. Typical Doug. Always rambling. And I could be wrong. I am not perfect by any means, and my opinions are my own, and if they are not based on factual things and evidence, I want to find that out so I can change my opinion accordingly. Because again, I'm not perfect, and I could be wrong. I lost count. 40, 30, 30. I think we need to do one more set of 30 and we're done. So, let's get it done. Oh, this is not easy. Nothing worth doing is easy. That was hard. That was not easy in any way, shape, or form. But like I say, nothing worth doing is easy. So, day 13 is done. I did 130 sit-ups in probably really crappy form, and I need to improve that. I don't know how. At some point I'm gonna, I think, hire a personal trainer. If you have a favorite personal trainer, comment below. Especially in the, as long as they're in the Victoria area. I'm not traveling to get personal training. Day 13, 130 sit-ups done. Like, subscribe, don't forget about the bell icon. And thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow for day 14.